In this video, I share some experiences that happened when my friend Brandon camped for a night at my campsite in an East Texas forest. After that, I'll show you some exploration I did pretty close to my campsite, looking for possible structures, etc. I was already in the area not too far from where Brandon was headed to go camping for a few days. He swung by to talk about Sasquatch stuff and decided to stay a night where I was. We went out once the sun went down to listen at one spot and then go on a night hike into the forest. A few minutes after the hike into the forest, Brandon did a vocal. He had asked me if that's cool since he knows I don't do those too often. I said, "What the heck, let's see what happens." We heard a sound that definitely got our attention. I'll let Brandon tell you what happened, and then I'll play the recordings I have of what we heard. Alright, so I'm out here with Brandon, aka Gruesome Twosome, and we're out here in the Sam Houston National Forest. You want to say what just happened?
Well, we are hiking down this closed off, gated off Forest Service Road where Martin has been before, and we got to the end of it, to the area where he wanted to set up his recorder for the night, and I did a good long howl, and we just kind of sat and listened for a while. About 5 minutes later, crash, tree got pushed over, just right up this way, probably, I don't know how far. It wasn't really far, but it was
200 yards maybe.
Yeah, maybe 150 yards, something like that. And I felt like it was a squatch. I mean, it was definitely a live tree. It wasn't just a dead thud. It was a crunch, crunch, crash, just snapping the whole time. And definitely seemed to be in reply to my howl. I mean, we've spent probably 20 to 30 minutes walking down this road and really haven't heard much of anything. Definitely no trees falling. And no wind at all. No wind at all right now. Perfectly calm, perfectly still night. Probably about 45, 50 degrees right now. But yeah, it was a definite live tree getting pushed over after about 5 minutes after I did a howl.
Heck yeah, that was so cool.
Very cool. First time I've heard of trees getting pushed over, but that's the first time I've ever heard of one getting pushed over myself. So that was awesome.
Have you ever heard that before?
No. First time I've ever heard a tree get pushed over.
That isn't the end of it. A while after returning to camp, we heard another very similar sound. Here is the recording of that sound. It didn't quite end there either. The next day when I went to go out and get my recorder, Brandon was at camp and he heard a big crack and then barred owl sounds from, I believe it was more than one location. This was about 12:30 in the afternoon and it was a calm, sunny day, so that was pretty odd. mountain hike, and just heard an owl. See if it does it again. There it is. A little ways away. I don't know if that came through the video. One more quick one. It's like 1:30 in the afternoon. It's kind of interesting that broken tree, probably 8 feet up. The hike, going through a lot of baby trees here, lots of arches. It's pretty cool. If you can see that through there, that's a bit odd. Let's see if we can have a closer look at that. Little, like an arch there. Huh. Look at this. It's like a little dome again. Wow. Got all those big trees over there, all leaning up into it. Little shelter almost. Not too much cover, but it's cool. Like a perfect mushroom. Bark's falling off of that. Now that's pretty cool. Looks like this arch here is between, it's like threaded between these. Yeah. threaded between these two. Huh. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. Better back up. That's what it looks like from here. Just the fact that those two trees are leaning right on top of each other like that's a little strange. And then the fact that there's an arch tucked in there, that's pretty cool. You can also see another arch behind it right there. And these vines are nasty. Wow. The thorns on those. Definitely some good places to hide for anybody. I would imagine later in the year, spring, summer, this is even thicker too. The whole thing is kind of funky. Got a lot of trees bent into it. Look at all these, they're all bent down. Kind of reminds me of some little like igloo kind of hut looking things that we found once. Like the Texas version, especially that little part right here. Here's the back side of it from where I just was. Out. There's a trail separating the two, but from where I just was, look how different this is. It's wild. Comparison, straight across from what I was just filming. It looks like that. Totally different. I'm gonna have to guess that's the difference between prescribed burns. Control burns, prescribed burns.